Hey everyone, I'm texanredwolf, and I'm going to be playing Dead Rising 4 mini golf new game. And on my proverbial coach, I've got Streetback Guy.
Hello everyone, I'm Streetback Guy, the other half of the mini Dead Rising block.
So from what I saw, poll-wise, King Arthur's helmet won out over Servbot. So I'm just going to show you guys what you're missing out on. You're missing out on this beauty. So the point of this category is to play with the level 1 clubs and beat all 6 courses. And timing will start the moment that the start counter hits 0. So in 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And the great thing about this is we're basically just going to be sitting here for the first 40 seconds of the run chit-chatting, because the problem with this game versus PC is that load times are 15 seconds longer than the rest of the game. So there's not much to say about this other than the fact that it's definitely a meme run. There's only 2 of us that currently play mini golf right now, and that's myself and Ekdices, and the only reason why I play this game in any sort of fashion is to get world records from him in a meme sense. Dead Rising 4 is the red-headed stepchild of the Dead Rising series.
To interrupt, Bob, but it looks like some golf is about to occur. Though in this part of town, I'd be
It's
surprised
honestly not that
if
great,
there's
but
5
mini golf
people
makes up for it in the
without
fact
getting
that it's actually enjoyable. So hey, there's always that.
So what you're going to see me do is most of the time when it comes to these little shortcuts and stuff, I have to wait for, say, the lollipop to be in the way before I can hit the ball, because it is the timing of it does it so that I can get past during the opening. So we got birdie. Hole in one is pretty doable most of the time, mainly for New Game Plus. And now we're just gonna rapidly press X, hope load times play in our favor, and move on to the next course. There's really not much to this, but I will explain strats in air quotes as this goes on. So other than that, Street and I are just gonna complain about Dead Rising 4 being an A-OK game.
Yeah, it's an okay game. It's just not a good Dead Rising game in the sense. In fact, the whole game being part of Dead Rising is sort of a meme in itself. So
the other thing that I don't like with PlayStation versus PC is that to try and angle your movement properly is it's kind of annoying. So I'll show you with this next kind of trick in a way. So you see that thing right here? We're not going for it. We can't go for it. We don't have enough distance. So we're going to hit this slant ever so slightly, and hopefully it doesn't fall off the platform. Because that's the problem. You have to get this perfectly so that it does this gentle curve, and it's out of bounds. So we're going to do that all over again. And hopefully this works. So I got my angle wrong. We kind of want to be here. But as you can see with the PS4 controller, it's a little stingy. So what it was supposed to do was hit there and gently roll down the hill. Could have gotten a birdie on this, but we're gonna have to get a bogey because this game is it's not user friendly most of the time. The other painful thing about this run is you've got the putter, and that little green section is your sweet spot. And with sweet spot, it's gonna be very hard to get through properly. It's very hard to get it properly because what happens is if you miss it, you completely whiff the ball. We don't want to whiff balls because that's just gonna lose time.
Some clubs will really.
That is correct. This isn't actually the voice actor for Frank. This is a new guy that they got for this game, because I think the voice actor that played Frank in this was like, nah, I'm good. So we kind of just smack it immediately. This one's purely RNG based because we've got Plinko in the middle of our run. And so most of the time, if you hit that barrel, you're going to end up going to the left or the right. We got the left RNG, so it's not too bad. Doesn't matter either way. Excuse me. And then it's timing in this game is very weird. And same thing with hitting the ball, because you can hit it in the perfect area and then it would die.
Looking good out there.
I mean, I don't have much to input in between these loading screens, so ask me any and all questions. I've got chat up.
A lot of love and care.
Oh, also every course is 4 holes. This one we can probably get a hole in one on if I do this correctly. So we're gonna wait for that panel to close. Perfect shot. And if so, the ball gets all like corrosive like that as well. Each ball has a different thing. I don't know what the capital of Tajikistan is, Teddy. I'm sorry to disappoint. I had Jack in the Box spicy popcorn chicken for breakfast.
Just gotta line it up.
I like Dead Rising 1, Frank West. I also enjoy. Oh, I messed that up. It's fine. We'll whiff it. You can't cancel anything. 7 does go into 28, Swede. All right, so I messed that up. That would have been a birdie, but there's no way to cancel your hits. By the way, once you hit that ball, that's what you're gonna have to do.
Well done. Nice.
So each course should take about 5 to 6 minutes, whiffs pending.
So, Tex, are you able to tell us what the difference is between a New Game Run and a New Game Plus run?
Yes, actually, I can. So the differences between New Game and New Game Plus is that in New Game you have to do you have to use the level 1 clubs through the entirety of it. For New Game Plus, you use the level 8 clubs, which is the highest level that you can have. You know how I was saying that we have to wait for the panel on specific shortcuts to close? Well, you have to wait for them to be open in New Game Plus. New Game Plus, you also clear further distances, which means you have less strokes involved. And that's a brief recap of what that is.
Oh,
again, each course we're gonna go into is gonna be about 35 to 45 seconds of loading, so
at least in the meantime we get to enjoy that lovely pinkish reddish armor.
Ah, yes. So
Wow.
we've got we decided to use the Sakura armor because memes, and it's one of the most hideous exoskeletons. Thanks you for everyone who donated for King Arthur, because I never use this helmet. I always use the Surfbot helmet, which is in the shape of a pumpkin, because I think it looks funny. And because y'all didn't choose Surfbot, I continued to go with the Surfbot golf ball. Because it's always fun just wrecking faces. Hopefully you can get this in. Alright. You were going to say, Street?
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say we've got to have Surfbot representation somewhere. He is an integral part of this, after all.
Yes. Okay, and also, you're going to see me do this weird thing that no one ever wants to do in golf, be it normal golf or mini golf. I'm going to be strategically using the sand traps, and you'll see that happen in the next course, the next map, next hole, sorry, I believe. So, again, hopefully we can get this gentle, just tap it in. We don't want to be too rough with our balls.
Please, no one quote that.
Birdie, Bob.
So, when it comes to Dead Rising 4, I mean, there's two campaigns that I truly enjoy playing, which is mini golf, of course, and Capcom Heroes, where you end up playing as you don't get weapons, but you play as the heroes in Capcom.
Oh, good golf.
So you can run around as Dante. So for this hole, we're gonna wait for this cone to get in the middle, and then we're gonna fire because it's gonna shoot it up here, and we should get the hole-in-one. I have yet to get a hole-in-one on this right now, but we're gonna get it, and there it is.
Oh, that's a hole-in-one.
I can imagine somewhere Frank West is applauding you greatly.
I hope so. There's actually a line of dialogue that he says where he talks about carving his name in a specific area back in 2006, which is a really good throwback to when the first game released.
I hear you played this hole once, Bob. You
Oh,
left your heart behind.
dear.
Like
Good
Capcom
old
Heroes is great. All right. So I'm gonna tell you the difference between this course for New Game and New Game Plus. In New Game Plus, we don't use the shortcut. We just shoot the ball all the way over and into the hole directly, and you get a hole-in-one. So there's a lot of things that you can do in New Game Plus that you can't do in New Game. And although it wants us to use the wedge, we're not going to use the wedge. We're going to use the putter, and we're going to hit it just a little bit harder just to get out of the sand, and we should get it in. Should get it in. Get in, get in. Nope. All right. We're going to have to take a birdie on this. That's fine.
See, this is the best mode in the actual game, but unfortunately it is DLC, so you have to pay for it separately. If only they included this in the base game, I would have bought Dead Rising 4 in a flash.
The thing is, they definitely only made Dead Rising 4 mini golf a thing because of one bit of dialogue that Frank says in the case zero of chapter 1 of this game, which is, but I thought we were gonna go play mini golf. And that's the only reason why this appears in here, is my assumption. All right, so we would normally use that shortcut over there, but we're going to be smart about this and come over this way. The other thing that you do want to try and miss are these barrels, because the barrels slow you down. Also, speed pads. Speed pads are really useful in this run, because they just shoot you massive distances and get you into holes that you want to be in. I'm realizing this entire run's just an innuendo in itself. Stop me, Street.
I'm afraid once you start the ball rolling, you can't stop, you know?
I'm offended you made that joke.
I've got to inject a bit of humour here, you know? I apologise. I'm just a comic relief here.
that dry British humor. Okay, so we're gonna hit about here, and we should get it in. No. I always mess that up. I swear I practiced. I practiced like every day this week to make sure that this run was gonna go perfect and I didn't whiff it too much. But sometimes, you'll see in a few holes later on that even though you think it's gonna go in, it probably won't, because the hole is like, nah, I don't want this today. I don't know if you can hear the sound of disappointment in my voice.
I am an expert, and I can
I was just wondering, did you tell everyone why you're running some PS4 today, or because I missed a little bit earlier?
Oh no, I did not tell anyone why I'm running this on PS4. Okay, so I originally submitted this with being PC. Well, I can't run it on PC because every time I go to one course, I can get the first hole completed, and then when I go to the second hole, it crashes. The entire game crashes, and it's only for mini golf. So, backup plan was, hey, let's use Dead Rising 4 on the PS4. Only differences are the load times, which is what we're experiencing right now, unfortunately, and there's this weird delay in hitting the ball. So when the power meter goes up, you have to hit it just before it hits that edge point of being like a powerful stroke, and just before it gets into the green for it to count, because there's this weird input delay, which I'm assuming all Dead Rising games have, because I experience input buffering for Dead Rising 2.
Long and short of it, Dead Rising 4, bad PC port, bad game.
But the thing is with the PC port, Frank Rising, which is the epilogue DLC, and the Capcom Heroes and main game all work perfectly fine. All of them work perfectly fine. See, there's that instance of RNG of it deciding to not go into the hole. It went in and it was like, nope, not today. That doesn't happen normally. That is normally like a birdie or a hole-in-one.
Also, fun fact for everyone out there who
I'm disgusted in myself
hasn't
right
played it
now.
before. No, that's fine. There's nothing to be disgusted about that. But yeah, fun fact for everyone who hasn't played this before. That zombie that Frank is seen sitting next to in some of the cutscenes actually has a name. His canon name is Bob, but he plays no real role. Isn't that fascinating?
The other great thing about Bob is every so often you'll hear Frank be like, "Hey, Bob, don't make me demote you to Harold." And it's like, who was Harold beforehand, and why is that a demotion?
Who knows? But I'm glad I'm not a Harold. That would suck. Being passed over for a Bob in every aspect of life, especially commentating on mini golf.
And you know nothing about mini golf.
As of yet.
As of yet, that's fair. Okay, so I take this route instead of the other. So I take the left side instead of the right side because it positions me just perfectly to be able to get a birdie. No, an albatross technique. No, it's an eagle. I don't know my mini golf terms. So we're gonna bounce this right here. Here. As I said, this is very touchy. Okay, right there. And it'll go in. I'm gonna say that, and every time I say it's gonna go in, the ball's gonna be like, "I'm good, son." There you go. Because another thing is when it comes to New Game Plus, you have to be very, very careful with where you aim things, because there's an even bigger recoil on the bats. So when the ball hits the platform or whatever you're aiming for, it has a higher chance of just ricocheting off and into the out of bounds area.
Did I just see a zombie clip through the floor when you sunk that in?
Yes, you did. That also happens on PC, just more often.
Dead Rising physics, everyone. They're wonderful.
Let me tell you about all the Dead Rising physics problems I experience in all the games. Dead Rising 2, if you get off your skateboard near a zombie, it'll shoot the zombie right up into the air. Dead Rising 3, explosions will just cause cars near you to just whiff up into the air. There was one instance where I was playing Dead Rising 3's DLC, and it basically was like it had what is it, one of the rifles hovering in the air. Like, there's a lot wrong with this game. And if we get another close-up of Connor, who's the character that we're playing, if we get up another close-up of Connor's face, I want you to notice that Connor, the King Arthur helmet, does not fit, like, focus on, but stick to the character model correctly. So the eyebrows and the beard are like a few inches off of the character model's face.
Fighting turkeys, hoping to remind you that other sports also exist.
Okay, so this one's gonna be quick. Hopefully we'll get the hole-in-one. We just take this shortcut. Oh, we're gonna wait for it to close. Okay. Now, it looks like I'm not gonna get it in, and there we go. Timing is everything in Dead Rising 4 mini golf. So, we got the perfect RNG so long as this slope gets it in properly, and there's another hole in one.
Ah, bellissimo. I want to see everyone cheering in chat whenever a hole-in-one is made from now on.
Yeah, please. I need the hype for this game. No, I love this game. Do not get me wrong. I complain about it. I meme on it. It's actually a fairly decent game. So we've got three more courses to do, which is going to be medieval. We're going to go to the medieval town. We're going to go to industrial landmarks and then landmark lanes. I think those are the last three that we're dealing with. So we had another 30 to 40 seconds of loading, so I apologize in advance for the fact that I'm not running this on PC. I tried for like 2 weeks to get it to work.
I was there for the struggle. It was very painful to hear about. Press F in the chat, lads. This will get better soon.
I was so upset. I was so mad about it. Like, I went to play it and then the game crashed. And it had been working perfectly for like, what, 3 to 4 months beforehand. And then I go to pull it up to be able to, practice for this marathon. And the game was like, nah, son, not today. All right, so what we're going to try and do here is we're going to come up this bump and get into that far right hole, because that'll give us a hole-in-one. So hopefully that was enough. All right, cool. It should be a hole-in-one. If not, we'll get a birdie. No, all right. Again, bouncing physics do not like.
Just tap it out.
They say tap it out, but no matter how, like, so long as you're in like that yellow area, you should be fine.
Someone
if
say
you
birdie?
overhit it.
Did someone say birdie?
Perfect. That's the best timing.
The green's looking lovely today, as always. And I don't just mean the money I get.
That was amazing.
God, that timing was great. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for this far left speed boost because, okay. Never mind, we're not going to go for the far left speed boost. So what would have happened if it aimed correctly and I didn't whiff that, or slice or hook it, as the golf kids say, is it would have gone up that ramp, down a chute, and shot right into this hole. So we're going to have to do this backup strat style. So we've got a bit of a lip of a hill, and maybe... No, it's not going to go in. But we're getting par. We're fine.
So Tex, how does it feel for your meme run to get memed on just now?
It feels great. I feel really, really, really good about it. That's. I think the timing is what really sold it.
We've had a good couple timing moments during this whole marathon. Yesterday there was a couple good ones, and today there was a couple good ones as well. So hopefully there'll be many more to come. Who knows?
Oh man, let me just say,
Gonna need to line
Super Mario Odyssey on the DDR pad was one of my favorite runs I've seen.
Oh yeah,
this
same for
weekend.
me.
You want to get good at cardio, that's how you do it. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a tricky hole to do. And this is going to be one of those instances that I was talking about with the sand trap. Sand trap normally comes into play near the end of the game. The final few courses, just because you've got a lot of weird things you have to do with it. So we're going to take this chute, we're going to come up here, we're going to get locked in this sand. And now we have two options to go to. We can do this left one, or we could do the right one. I normally go for the right one because it's a little bit better to get the hang of. But I have to wait for it to be open. That's right. That's where the difference comes in. We have to wait for it to be open.
the hole.
Unfortunately, that one didn't pan out, but we can always try again. That's not a problem at all.
And Never mind. We're going for the backup strat. Backup strat is basically going to be we're just shooting it into the near the hole. And we're going to do that with the driver. Never mind. We're not doing that with the driver. Hold up. What is happening? All right. Never mind. We're good. We don't have to use backup strat. That's close enough to backup strat, and normally getting par or bogey on this is pretty average, especially with console and doing it on new game.
Tex, we just had a question in chat. Does timing for this run include loading screens, or is it a loadless run?
It's you have to have loading screens. Unfortunately, yeah, you do end up include timing of loading screens. If we didn't have loading screens, that'd be great. I would love that. But as of right now, we've got loading screens in it.
Well, that's not the deadliest hole.
And what makes it worse it is if you're trying to go for like a decent time in this, you want the PC version, because if not, you're just gonna get ruined by the loading. When I was practicing this, I somehow PB'd on a console run, so my original console time was like a 39. Oh, also we're not gonna move anything. This will go straight in. Never mind, it's not gonna go straight in. I whiffed it.
It's out of bounds.
You gotta stop me from jinxing myself, Street.
Let's try that again.
I'm sorry, man. You know.
All right.
I'm not going to repeat the ball rolling, but you know.
Okay, now it's gonna go in. That's what it was supposed to do, but I hooked it too far to the right. All right, we've got two more courses left. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so world record in this category is 34 minutes.
I've never really had
My previous personal best was a 39-minute on console, and then while I was practicing this, I somehow saved 2 minutes and 5 seconds. So my new personal best on console, for God knows what reason, is 37:37, and I haven't been able to replicate it since. Thank
Funny
you.
thing about world record is the current world record holder, Egdisis, he not too long ago on a stream just showed off mini golf, and he accidentally improved his world record.
I was so mad. I messaged him where I was like, why do you hurt me this way? Something like that. I was joking with him though. And that was for New Game Plus. New Game Plus is like 32 minutes, and I've got a 35 or a 34 right now, thankfully.
Well, don't know if that outfit really improves their swing.
Well,
but
who
it's
knows?
certainly
If you
livened
keep
up
at
the
it,
field
maybe
a
you
bit,
will
huh?
eventually pass Egdisis, especially once your PC gets back in working order.
Yeah, okay, so for this, we're going to wait for it to close, and we're going to hit the ball as hard as possible, and hopefully we get it in. All right, and there's another hole-in-one. This one's not going to stop. There we go. The timing on that is really tricky because you can't get the timing of the hatch and the anchor swing proper, because the anchor is out of time with the hatch. By the way, this is like the very first marathon that I know of that has accepted mini golf, and I'm so happy about that.
With this hole, as with all holes, the trick is to come in under.
I mean, it's
No big law. There's no way of saving this. I whiffed it too many times. There's no world record.
I mean, this might be the first marathon, but it certainly won't be the last, hopefully.
Oh no, I'm gonna try and get this game in to any marathon possible. I love this game. Okay, here's another instance of the traps. The sand traps. So we're gonna come here and we're going to, if the controller would work with me, we're gonna bounce out of, we're gonna use the edge of this to bounce off. Sorry. Fine tuning that positioning. going to bounce off, it's going to roll, and we're going to go into this next hatch, which again has a little weird timing to it, but because we're using the driver, it should be fine.
Just a gentle reminder to not jinx yourself this time.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's all fine, good buddy.
One second, Grayson, I'll be with you. My cat's yelling at me, I'm sorry. So in New Game Plus, basically what you can do is you from your starting point, you get into that first sand trap that we originally landed in, and then then from that sand trap, you go all the way to the speed pad that was in front of that hatch, and then you get in. It's very, very minor differences between New Game and New Game Plus, but they're enough that it matters in timing. I unfortunately do not have a webcam, but if I could use my cat as an incentive, I would.
And might I say, his cat is a beautiful, beautiful little thing.
He's a chonker. Grayson's a chonker, don't lie.
Okay, he's a beautiful big thing, but that's beside the point.
So what I actually had wanted to happen there, I just didn't hit the ball hard enough, is I wanted to use this slant here to be able to just roll down this hill, but what we're going to do is we're going to do it this way, which is it's going to roll down the hill, it's going to hit this speed pad, and it should get the birdie. Should. I make no promises. Alright, we got the birdie. Excellent.
See? Golfing is awesome.
Alright. We've got one more hole, and then we're out of landmark out of industrial zone and into landmark lanes, which will be our last course and last 4 holes. Landmark lanes is a little bit more technical in a sense,
Left for the Willamette Tour. Come
but
on, golf, fly.
this is the most difficult part of industrial zone, because I'm going to try and do something that may or may not work. So we're going to come here and try and... Sensitivity is terrible on this. It's so smooth on PC. I think that's where most of the time loss is just trying to position the area correctly. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is we're going to get into this hatch over here. Now, the reason why I say this is tricky is because there's another hatch, if you can kind of see off in the distance, that we also need to time with. Problem is that their timing's ever so slightly off. Hold up, I'm trying to get this positioned correctly. Okay. And hopefully it goes in. This is very hit or miss as to whether it's going to work. And it worked. Awesome. Whew. That saves you like maybe 2 extra strokes if you're doing this casually.
Did somebody say 2 extra strokes?
I don't think that's the kind of stroke I needed, but thank you.
I was waiting for that ever since the birdie. I was waiting for it.
I mean, I almost got that on a birdie, but we're going to have to get par.
Come on, be a pro.
Oh, no more chicken, at least on this hole. But there's always next time.
Not bad.
That was easy.
But yeah, that shortcut is very, very hard to time. I think I've been able to get it consistent the last 3 runs miraculously, but when I was first learning this, I could never get the timing right. It's definitely riskier to try and do on New Game Plus though, because the hatch has to be open, meaning that when you launch the ball from that first hatch being open, the second hatch will probably still be closed, and then your ball gets knocked out of bounds.
I'm not gonna lie, I was scared that you were gonna jinx yourself by
I was scared too.
Especially because I know that even every other runner I've seen do it has had some sort of difficulty with that hatch. And this is from an outsider perspective.
I'm sorry, who else are you watching run this game other than me, Street? Are you cheating on me?
You can't see this at home, but can
I
tell
want to
Bob's
invoke the
upset
right
because
of
he's falling
silence
apart here.
as to not incriminate.
Literally, dude just dropped a nostril into my coffee mug.
Okay, so this whole same thing, we're gonna go for another shortcut. It's gonna be pretty dope shortcut if I can get this line right. Okay, and we're gonna wait for it to close again. All right. I'm gonna say this is gonna be birdie territory. Oh no, it's the
Get
hole in
in
one.
there.
Ah, nice.
Get in there, son.
Run! Or whatever.
I hope you enjoyed that lovely British saying. Sincerely, a British person.
That's the one thing I very truly enjoy about this category is it's a little bit more skill based
Maybe
than
take one club to another club.
not skill based but technical based than New Game Plus. New Game Plus is like I have to hit ball hard in this direction, so you hit ball hard in that direction. And I'm fine with it slicing to one way because I want it to gently roll down this hill. It's hit or miss whether or not you're gonna get that correctly. Whereas with New Game Plus, you could just arc it over the side and you're good. So we're gonna swoop here, and we're just gonna do a quick shot. Hopefully it doesn't go into the lava. I thought that was about to go out of bounds. I saw it, and I felt my soul leave my body. So we're gonna adjust here, and although there is a bit of a bump, we should be fine because that other area is gonna stop it, or the slices. I'm sorry, these are strategic slices, not accidental slices, I swear.
This is just showcasing why technical memes are some of the best.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, because even if you don't mean to do something, it still works in your favor. Alright. What, we've got 2 more holes left?
Good enough, I guess.
Something like that, I think.
Yeah, 2 more holes left. What do you estimate my end time is gonna be?
Well, I'm going to say
Willamette
39.
didn't used to be
40.
holes. I wonder how.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 41.
Well, we won't know until we all do it.
Let's go. What the okay, that's never happened to me before. I am upset. Okay. So what should have happened is it should have arced properly to hit that back speed pad, gone off this speed pad, landed here. So, but oh no. All right. And now we're going to use the driver again. Okay. Wait for that. Slap. And it's gonna go in. Okay, we're still under par. That's good. So I would say that if you keep staying under par, you'll get a good time. If you whiff it as much as I have during this run, you might not. You get hole in ones definitely save time, and having 2 par is good. I'm probably speaking this incorrectly, but I really hope that everyone enjoys my nonsensical mini golf ramblings.
Well, that's better than just rambling about something else, you know, like, oh, what's the weather like today, Judy? I don't know. It's boring. Can't go
Today's
outside.
game
Can't
is brought
enjoy
to you
it, so
by
may as well play mini golf.
Home runners.
All right, we are on the last hole. So this is the final implement of strategic sand pits. So we're gonna say right here, we should get into the sand pit. I pressed the thing too early, but the platform saved me, so we're good. Everything's fine. Platform saved it. So, the reason why I wanted to get into that sand trap there is that it makes this next launch a little bit easier because I could have hit this speed pad. So because we can't hit the speed pad, we're going to hit here. I don't know what just happened, but I'm fine with it. It almost went out of bounds, but apparently it hit the edge of the speed pad and just allowed itself to launch. Excellent. There is no failure to launch here. All right. After this hole, time is gonna end on the final results screen. The final results screen. So we're gonna get one after this, but the one after that one will be time. So not this one.
Here you go.
Hold up. We're almost done. We're gonna press this X.
What do you know? Golf is a classic.
Time. And that's Dead Rising 4 mini golf. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. I don't have anything much to say other than you can follow me on Twitter at texanredwolf, or you can follow my Twitch, which is texan_redwolf. Other than that, next up is Swede with some really sick Dead Rising 2 meme run, which I'll be there for as well. So thank you everyone for coming out and supporting this awesome marathon and the charity event that's going on as well.